Today I would like to discuss with you an article that I read for my medical terminology final project. And I decided to do my project over muscular dystrophy, but when I had to find an article, I had to narrow it down to Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And in case you don't know, Duchenne muscular dystrophy is the most common form of muscular dystrophy today, and it occurs very early in life. And most people who have it do not really get to live to be considered young adults. And there is no cure. So any treatments that are out there are for the symptoms. This article was actually released in 2020, and I was actually very surprised by that because I had no idea that this was even going on. And I guess that had something to do with COVID. But anyway, this article was actually over a treatment method for Duchenne muscular dystrophy using a medicine called golodirsen, which is a medicine given by injection, and they used it to try to increase dystrophin, which is a component of a protein complex that links muscle cytoskeleton to the extracellular matrix. And when dystrophin gets too low, it actually leads to the wasting away of muscles, which causes muscular dystrophy. And in this research, you always have to have, your requirements and approval to continue research and actually perform the experiment and everything. And for this, they actually had to use boys ages 6 through 15, which is very, very young. And you know that has to be really hard on parents, because I couldn't imagine having a kid and having them have this disease and knowing that they normally don't live to be young adults, and then try to let them be involved in this study. So I'd say it was really hard on parents. And what even made it worse was that this was a very, very lengthy research process. It actually I know that it lasted 144 weeks. It might have lasted longer, but the last week I could find in the article was 144. So that's a very, very long time to know if this treatment is going to work or not. But there was actually two parts to this study. In the first one, 12 boys was used, and they was randomized as if they got golodirsen or a placebo. And they was monitored for a couple of weeks. Then later, part 2 occurred, where there was more boys included who hadn't had them. And they used this test to test the tolerability, the safety, and success of golodirsen, and if it actually would increase dystrophin. And as the weeks progressed and everything, they actually found out that it was safe and it was tolerable. So that was a very good thing, and I'm sure that put a lot of people a lot more comfortable with everything going on. But as they kept going, they did muscle biopsies to check the progress to see if it was working or not. And then there was a scoring method that was used to double check and make sure. Which was actually kind of complicated for me, but it's okay. Overall, it had began working and was working up in as far as we know. And unfortunately, there was a treatment emergent that had occurred, but it was nothing too serious, and nobody actually stopped the process, which was great. And they actually found out that golodirsen actually was working and did increase dystrophin. And so I'm sure that there's more research going on, and they are probably going to start using that a little bit more often. And I just can't wait to figure out and see how far it goes. But I just wanted to introduce that and let you all know that a new method is coming about. So thank you.